Welcome to the Griffin and Ferdinand podcast. I'm Peter Griffin, football genius, beer enthusiast, and guy who still thinks offside is a state of mind. And joining me, Manchester United legend, the only man who wears his suit sharper than Stewie's Witrio Ferdinand.
Peter, what's happening, mate? Can't believe they let you near a microphone again.
You're welcome, Rio. Now, let's talk about the Europa League Final 2025 Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur, or, as I like to call it, the battle of who's gonna bottle it slower.
Mate, I was buzzing when United made it. We looked strong all tournament. But Spurs, you never know. They show up like you're internet strong for 5 minutes, then gone.
Exactly. Spurs are like Meg at a party. Everyone's confused how she got there and hopes she leaves quietly.
Haha, come on. Give them credit. They beat Bayer Leverkusen and Roma to get there. Though I heard Harry Kane tried to sneak into the dressing room at halftime yelling, "I belong here."
He did, but he was holding a bratwurst and speaking German. Totally blew his cover.
All right, highlight of the final?
Oh, definitely when Bruno Fernandes did that weird no-look penalty and missed. Ball went so wide it hit a steward in the face, and the steward was still holding a pie.
That guy never dropped the pie, though. Real MVP.
True legend. But you know who really stole the show? The mascot. The giant Red Devil did a knee slide after the winning goal and tore his foam ACL.
And then the Spurs mascot tried to copy it, tripped over the advertising board, and landed face first in a puddle of regret.
Tottenham's only splash of silver this year.
Ouch. All right, wrap it up for us, Peter. Who's your man of the match?
Casemiro, not 'cause he scored. Just 'cause he threatened the ref with a death stare so intense the ref apologized for existing.
Fair play. Congrats to United Europa League champs 2025. And Spurs, well, you tried.
You tried like Quagmire at speed dating. It's messy, but you gotta respect the effort. This has been Griffin and Ferdinand, where football meets absolute nonsense. See you next time. Unless I get banned again.
You probably will. All right, Pete. Enough messing around. Time to get serious. Who's winning the Europa League final? United or Spurs?
Okay. I think it's gonna be Manchester United. You know why?
Go on, ...
Because I had a vision, Rio. I was asleep on the couch with a bag of Doritos on my chest. And I had a dream Bruno Fernandes turned into Gandalf and yelled, "You shall not pass," at the Spurs midfield.
Haha, mate, that was probably just heartburn.
No, listen. Then Garnacho flew in on a dragon like Daenerys Targaryen. But with better hair and scored a bicycle kick so spicy, the ball caught fire.
Right. And what were Spurs doing in this dream?
Harry Kane was watching from the Bayern bench like, I left for this. And Richarlison was trying to fight a seagull, just swinging at it mid-pitch.
So you're telling me United wins because Spurs were distracted by birds?
Exactly. United 3, Spurs 1. Casemiro scores, Garnacho scores, and Maguire accidentally scores an own goal. But it bounces back off his face and into the Spurs net, so it counts as his goal.
I'd love to see the look on Maguire's face if that ever happened.
He'd just stand there like, did I just do a good football? And the crowd erupts.
All right, Pete. You've convinced me. United to win it. But only if they survive your weird fantasy land.
You better believe it. And if not, well, I'll just blame the ref. Classic football move.
Standard. If all else fails, blame VAR.
Or blame Quagmire. He bet on Spurs. But he thinks Hotspur is a type of chili.
That sounds like him. Probably tried to eat the match ball.
He did. Said it was a bit rubbery. All right, folks. That's all for today. Final prediction. United win the Europa League. Tottenham cry. And I get kicked out of Old Trafford for bringing a vuvuzela and no pants.
We're gonna need new security. All right, Peter. So let's say your dream comes true. United win the Europa League. What happens next?
Oh, Rio, if United win, it's gonna be pandemonium, baby. First thing, Bruno Fernandes is gonna lift that trophy like he's Simba and the Lion King. But instead of Rafiki holding him up, it's Roy Keane. And he's not smiling, just silently judging everyone.
That tracks. Roy Keane could win the lottery and still look like someone stole his lunch.
Then Ruben Amorim rips off his suit, and he's wearing a full-night costume underneath. He gets knighted right there on the pitch. Queen Camilla flies in on a drone to do it.
Queen Camilla on a drone.
Yes, and then Ahmad announces he's opening a restaurant called Feed the Kids and the Defense. Every dish comes with 2 nutmegs.
You've put way too much thought into this.
Oh, I'm not done. Parade time! United do an open-top bus tour through Manchester, but the bus is shaped like a giant Europa League trophy. Aunt Anna's hanging off the side, waving a Scottish flag like Braveheart.
And what about Maguire?
Maguire gets knighted too, for bravery, not on the pitch, but for surviving the internet trolls.
Deserved, to be fair.
Then the whole squad releases a charity single. It's a remix of Sweet Caroline, but with Ruben Amorim awkwardly rapping the second verse. It's called Sweet Europa Vine.
That sounds like something Peter Crouch would actually dance to.
And then plot twist. Sir Alex shows up out of nowhere with bagpipes, does a celebratory jig, and whispers, "This pleases me."
That would literally be the best ending to the season ever.
And in true United style, the next day the Glazers try to raise ticket prices and fans immediately riot with inflatable pitchforks.
Classic. But yeah, if United win it, it's big. Back in the Champions League, trophy in the bag, and maybe some hope restored.
Until we lose to 2-0 to Burnley 3 days later.
Don't ruin it, Pete.
But for now, we dream of Bruno Gandalf, of Maguire miracles, and of Quagmire somehow sneaking into the trophy celebration wearing nothing but a Spurs jersey and a smile.
I'm done. End the show, Pete.
This has been Griffin and Ferdinand, the only football podcast where logic goes to die. Catch us next time when we ask, is Haaland actually a robot? And if so, can we unplug him?
All right, Pete, before we wrap quickfire, who scores the winner?
Easy, Garnacho. But he doesn't just score, he does a somersault, lands in a handstand, and kicks the ball in backwards like a circus seal.
That's physically impossible.
So was me finishing a treadmill workout, Rio. But dreams come true.
Okay. One last question. Who's the real loser of the night?
Tottenham, obviously. But also whoever sat behind me in the stands. 'Cause I brought a horn, 14 sausage rolls, and 0 awareness of personal space.
Mate, I'm not sitting next to you ever again.
That's fair. Lois says the same thing every Christmas dinner.
All right. Final prediction scoreline?
Manchester United 3, Spurs 1. Goals from Garnacho, Casemiro, and a freak goal from Wan-Bissaka that was meant to be a cross, but hit a pigeon and deflected in.
Pigeon assist? VI is gonna love that ...
VAR ruled it accidentally majestic. This has been Griffin and Ferdinand, where football meets face bombs. I'm Peter Griffin, the man who once got banned from Old Trafford for trying to hug David De Gea mid-match.
And I'm Rio Ferdinand, wondering how I got roped into this madness. Again.
Remember, folks, believe in your dreams, support your club, and never trust a man wearing full body paint and a Spurs tattoo.
We'll see you next time if Peter hasn't been sued by 5 mascots in the Pigeon Union.
Do pigeons have unions?